Hello everybody, welcome back. It's week 10 of the NCAA 14 Dynasty in year 2 for Old Dominion. 4-4, 1-3 in conference play, taking on the 6-1, 3-0 Marshall Thundering Herd. They have one of the better offenses in the country, averaging 35 yards a game. We have Alex Hardy, Justin Whittle, and Matt Dean, 2 offensive linemen and a cornerback, all very decently rated and guys that could get immediate starts if they do commit to Old Dominion, but going to have to watch out for Rakeem Cotto, the starting quarterback, a dual threat for Marshall. He's going to be tough to stop, and this Marshall offense, they are very deadly. So this Marshall team, they're undefeated in conference play, so we got to really bring the best game we can here. It's Taylor Heinicke on a play action to open up the game. He's going to launch it deep, and Blair Roberts a little bit overran that, maybe a little underthrown, but it's going to give Marshall in fantastic field position. First play from scrimmage, and it's a pick. Unbelievable. Story of Taylor Heinicke's life in this dynasty so far. And Cotto showing his running ability, 6 yards, met by safety Marcus Massey. 2nd and 4. Cotto going to take off, but this time he's met by up-and-coming linebacker TJ Ricks. He has been absolutely beasting it and improving as every game goes on. Dominique Winbelly, though, wrestles Cotto down, and guess who it is? TJ Ricks again. Ricks gets a sack, and then he gets a fumble recovery. Dominique Winbelly, the defensive tackle there, making a play, and Cotto just lost the ball, so no harm, no foul on that interception for Taylor Heinicke, as we're able to get the ball right back thanks to some great defense. But ODU would not do anything on offense. So we're back to Marshall, and look at this hit by Marcus Massey. Sure, it was a 16-yard reception, but he actually destroyed that guy. Just unbelievable. And then TJ Ricks gets knocked down and gets up for a second sack, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter. The defense already has 3 sacks, and 2 of those are from TJ Ricks, the outside linebacker. Here, Angelo John Lewis gets a big play there. 3rd and 8 now for Cotto, driving inside the 15-yard line, looking to throw for the end zone, and it's Eric Lewis on the coverage, knocking that one away. One of 4 senior defensive backs for Old Dominion this season, so a big deal. And then the kicker just shanks this one to the right. He blew it. In another Conference USA action, UTSA beats Louisiana Tech in some Western Division action. So there you go. 2nd and 10 as we jump ahead to Old Dominion's next drive. And Tyrell Lee gets some great blocks, splits the defenders, and he's got one guy who's trying to catch up to him, but he's going to miss that tackle. And it is a gigantic run by Tyree Lee, 80 yards to the end zone. And number 33 gets a great start to his day here. Look at the blocking, though. Melvin Vaughn goes into the secondary. Defenders kind of miss on the tackle there. Both at the same time kind of split the defender. So 7-0, 3rd and 10, only a few plays later. Rakeem Cotto is going to find Angelo John Jean Lewis. And it's a 60-yard touchdown. So all of a sudden the scoring has just opened up. And Cotto's already got over 100 yards passing. That's that offense we were talking about. Marshall getting it done. So Old Dominion goes 3 and out, and Marshall gets the ball right back. And they're going to go firing it right down the field to Deontay McManus for 17. And the little bubble screen, man, I love the bubble screens. I just hate defending them because yeah, that's annoying. That's a 10-yard gain right there. 2nd and inches for Cotto out of the shotgun, doing a little option. It looks like we had him stopped, but Cotto runs over a defender, doesn't care, and gets the first down. So that's what happens when you do not care. And then a guy named Woodrum. That's an interesting name, Woodrum. He's like a tight end or something, or just a really kind of chubby wide receiver. 3rd and 8, and they're going to run a little halfback screen. I had it stopped. I swear, I was defending that play, and something stupid happened. So Kevin Grooms decides to get a first down stupidly. And then Cotto's going to take off, and nobody recognizes it, so he gets a touchdown. A little too easy for the dual threat. And I drank 2 cans of Dr. Pepper before recording this. So there you go. First quarter is over. It's 14-7 Marshall leading. Heinicke rolls out of the pocket here. And look at this catch by Connor Martin. This guy is a ridiculously good tight end. I'm going to say this every video because he's just, I don't know what it is, but he doesn't like ever make mistakes. He doesn't ever drop it. Heinicke had guys open on this play. Decided to run, and that was not my best decision of all time. So there you go. And we'll jump ahead. Marshall, another busted drive for them. Look at Tyree Lee busting off a run here. He has been killing it and already over 100 yards on the day. And not much else would come of that drive. So it would be a field goal, and 14-10 Marshall still leads. But again, the ODU defense holds the Marshall offense down, so it's another chance for the offense to go down and score. It's Larry Pinkard open on a little out route, almost 20 yards on that play. 3rd and 7 after a couple of minimal yard runs, and it's Antonio Vaughn open on a little bubble there for about 10 yards. So first down, minute to go in the first half. Taylor Heineke out of the shotgun. Blitz is coming, and he's going to find Larry Pinkard, who gets his head taken off, but he promptly gets right back up and gives the ref his balls. So there you go. 1st and 10. Tyree Lee comes out of the backfield, runs over a dude, and instead of about a 3-yard gain, he gets about 9. Timeout called by Old Dominion with 46 seconds to go. 2nd and 1, and Heineke gives it off to the backup, Harvey Taylor, who comes in for a 9-yard gain. So they're moving the ball right down the field. About half a minute to go. Heineke looking to throw. Who's going to find? He's going to find Blair Roberts. A tight window he had to fit that ball into. That was crazy. Well, not really, because I've seen tighter windows, but there you go. 2nd and 2, and it's Larry Pinkard. Heineke fired that in there. It could have very easily been intercepted. But Pinkard does get the reception for a touchdown, and it's a 17-14 game, folks. Cotto, last play of the half. He's just going to throw this one long for the end zone. Picked off by senior Reggie Owens. So that's the half. And by the way, Owens ties the single-season record at Old Dominion for most interceptions in a season. That's 5. One more, he'll have the record all to himself. 17-14 at halftime. We will see what happens in the second half. Oh, hello, the second half's already starting. Hi. So there you go, Cotto out of the shotgun, getting pressured and throws this one away. Should have been. This game doesn't record intentional grounding for the computer ever. If I would have done that, that would have been intentional grounding. And I've proven this, that if you throw it away and you're in the pocket, you will get called intentional grounding. If the computer does that, it never gets called. So somebody explain that to me. But on 3rd and 1, the defense holds. It's Caleb Taylor and another player that this team is getting. I really love the direction of this team, but Javon Neal, one of the best returners in the country, messes up. Ball bounces off his face, and he completely misses when he dives after it, and it's recovered by Marshall. But the defense would hold Marshall all the way from the left hash. Last time wasn't so lucky for Marshall. Here we go, and it's going to bounce. What? It bounces off the upright, and Javon Neal is bailed out of that crazy situation. And there's a little score update. Arkansas beats number 19 Auburn. Some SEC action, so there you go. But that was probably one of the luckiest things ever. That kicker is obviously really bad for Marshall. I don't know. He can't. 2 times from the left hash in pretty close distances. But here Lee comes off the left side. They've been off the left side the entire game. Lee's going to bust off another huge run. And again, this is the 3rd time gone off the left side to get big gains. 80, 69, I believe the one before was somewhere around 20. The one decent run that he had was like 20-something yards. But Melvin Vaughn, look at him getting into the secondary again. And something about the defense, they just can't handle those runs off the left side. So it's a 24-14 game midway through the 3rd quarter, and Kevin Grooms is wrapped up. And who else but Julian Randolph off that right side of the defensive line. 3rd and 8, and this one almost picked off by Reggie Owens. He's got an interception on the day already. He wanted to get that single season record, but nonetheless, it's Old Dominion ball. And Melvin Vaughn out of the backfield, wide open. Defense caught off guard out of seeing the I formation look, which has been where most of those big running plays have come for Old Dominion. And Heineke finds DeQuail Bailey, one of those senior wide receivers who won't be here after this season, unfortunately. 3rd and 8. Heineke rolling a little bit to his right, and he's going to try and force this one to the outside. And no cigar. Larry Pinkard was certainly not open. That was a poor decision. So Marshall on 3rd and 8. And there's Julian Randolph comes blasting through. Sacks have been piling up today for Rakeem Cotto. He's just been hit so many times. And so Old Dominion, David Washington comes in to clean up a little bit. And Tyree Lee is going to get over 200 yards after that 22-yard run. He's got 204 yards on the day, 2 touchdowns, and it's just been one of those days. Connor Martin on a little 8 yards, 3rd and 3 though, And Old Dominion right now giving it to a team that is much better than them, except this happened because Heineke tried to force another pass, and Kyle Bottoms, fourth turnover, and look at Heineke, 3 interceptions, not the best day ever, but still a 10-point lead, so I mean, that's what counts right now. And Old Dominion would stop Marshall from doing anything on their last drive. And look at this, Antonio Vaughn, not getting in. He hasn't been thrown to enough, I gotta tell you that. I don't throw to him enough, really need to do it more, even though his career is coming to an end. 2nd and 11, it's Gerard Shillo. You don't hear this guy's name very much. He's a backup tight end. But there he is. 2nd and 5, Tyree Lee. Over 200 yards on the day already. Now he's going for the single game record for most rushing yards. And the field goal by Anthony White is up and good. The junior college recruit. He'll only have 1 year of eligibility after this season, by the way. And Cotto, good pocket awareness, and Malik Johnson nearly picks that off. Looked like the receiver had a chance at the ball, and he didn't really do anything about it. 2nd and 10, there's like 85 defenders in that one little spot, and somehow the receiver comes down with it, so you tell me what that's about. Larry Alston nearly sacks the quarterback, and instead it turns into a 25-yard reception for Deontay McManus. Mick, there you go. And this guy, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, waffles, pancakes. And onside kick as it's a 6-point game, and Blair Roberts, good job on the hands team there, because that saved our life. And that's the game. Tyree Lee gets a school record, 228 yards. It's a single game record for Old Dominion. Woo! And Old Dominion had 430 yards of total offense, 260 of it on the ground. Taylor Heineke had 170 yards passing. Lee was the only one who had any significant rushing yardage. Not a big deal. A fantastic game for Old Dominion to knock off an East Division rival, especially a team that hadn't lost a game in conference play. But Rakeem Cotto, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day passing. And he was sacked 4 times, so it hurt his rushing yards. Marshall didn't really run the ball at all. That's the game, 27-21, a big win for Old Dominion to get their 2nd conference win, 5th win overall on the year. And we have some big commitments this week. Alex Hardy, Justin Whittle, Matt Dean, Isaac Carlson, Mike Fitch. And I'll detail some of this recruiting a little bit later so you guys can see what these recruits will be looking like when they join the team next season, assuming they do not get cut. So bring it on. Bring on the Owls of Florida Atlantic. I'm snapping my fingers. Like I said, we'll get into recruiting a little bit more later, but it'll be Florida Atlantic, a kind of even matchup. Old Dominion, Florida Atlantic, very evenly matched teams coming into that game. So it will be on the road, another conference game, and I will see you guys then.